Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna talk about how to read amigurumi patterns, and in particular my patterns, because those are the ones that I sharing here on my channel, also on my blog. But I have printed out some sites today on the new pattern that I'm working on this cute little amigurumi duck. So I'm gonna explain the basics and how my patterns are structured. So if you don't know how to read patterns, maybe this could be a good start. So my pattern always starts with the abbreviations and what terms they are written in. So there are UK and US terms. The UK terms are just a little different on what they call the single crochet and a double crochet. So here you can find all the infos that you need on how you can understand this. So R is for round, and chain is CH, stitch is ST, single crochet is SC, and then I have single crochet decrease is SC deck, and SC ink is increase. And in some patterns it can also says single crochet 2 together as a SC 2 and then TOG. So that could also be a way on how to write it, and it means just the same. Also I use magic ring and then slip stitch. Oh, here is a little mistake, it should be slip stitch here, and half double crochet and double crochet. So those are the terms, and they are usually more or less the same. They are like these standard terms that everybody uses in their patterns. Also on materials you can find all the information on what kind of hook I'm using and the yarn, and also I like to write how much yarn that you need to make the amigurumi, and all other stuff like a stitch marker and stuff. Also very important section is about the pattern, and it's good to read this and on like tips or how the pattern is worked. I always work in continuous rounds. That means that I'm doing single crochet stitches all around, and I'm not joining each round or finishing each round with a slip stitch and a chain one. Also I'm using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, and also I recommend to use a stitch marker. So when it says like this, it means that I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook all the time. I just wrote it here. This pattern requires some experience, but most of my patterns are easy and for beginners. But also this is also not hard. The only thing I wrote that requires some experience is because that I have some shaping in the body here. So it's really not hard once you understand how to read the pattern. Gonna crochet a few rounds with you here, and just like to increase and how to make a magic ring, we can follow the steps. So when it says R1 6 SC in a MR, and then you have these brackets, I think it's called in English, and you see this is what your final stitch count of each round should be. So here you have like symbol 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. So then I already know I just have to make 6 single crochets in a magic ring, and then SC increase times 6. That means single crochet increase in every stitch, because we're working with 6 single crochets. If it would be 4 single crochets in a magic ring, this will be 4, and you would have single crochet increase 4 times is 8. Okay, but we are working with 6, 12, and the next one is 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet increase in the next stitch, and those two are in brackets, and this is what we're going to repeat 6 times. Okay, so go to my blog, you can find the free version there as well. So I'm starting with a magic ring. You can also just make two chains and single crochet in the first, like you know, if you just make a slip knot like so, and then you chain 2, 1 and 2, and then you just go here in the first one and you do 6 single crochets. Okay, so this is also a way on how to get around the magic ring if you don't know, and you do, or if you don't know how to make a magic ring, and if you think it's hard. So I also have a video on how to make the ring that I'm using here. But I always start with a chain 1 here just to secure this ring. And then we're starting 6 SC in a MR, so that's 6 single crochet in a magic ring. So I'm just doing here 6 single crochets in the magic ring. 3, 4, 5, and 6, okay? And now I pull the ring close. I also could have written that in the pattern, so maybe I should do that, but you just pull here and pull the ring closed. And then you should find a stitch marker. So now I just put the stitch marker here, like so. And then the next round is single crochet SC ink 6 times. So I just go here in the first single crochet here, and then I just do 2 single crochets in each stitch. So here 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 9, 10, and 11, and 12. And now I have 12 single crochets, like my pattern asks for. And now the next is one single crochet, and then single crochet increase 6 times. So that means I just pull up the stitch marker, and then I have 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and I increase in the next stitch, like so. And now I have done this 1 time, and I'm going to do this 5 more times because it said you have to do this 6 times. So here 1, and then increase in the next, and then 1 single crochet and increase in the next. Some patterns also just says 1 SC and then comma and then ink, like increase. But it will stand in the abbreviations what terms they are using. So every designer, they use a little different terms depending on what they think. And also what's important is, see, I have ended here with an increase here. This is, you can also do a single crochet increase and 1 single crochet here. But since I'm ending with an increase, I also have to end with an increase here at the last stitch. So if I don't have an increase there, I know, aha, I made a mistake, and I should go back and see where it is and correct it. So now I know I have 18 single crochets also without counting, I'm pretty sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And when I count, I just go and count here, those little V's here. Okay, so the next one is 2 single crochets and then 2 SC and SC ink 6 times. And you should end up with 24 single crochets. So we're gonna do that. So here, 1 and 2. And now here is our increase, 3 and 4. So here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I have done this 2 times. I'm just going to repeat this all the way around. 1, 2, and then increase. I'm not counting, okay, now I've done this 3 times or 4 times. I just go around 1, 2, increase, 1, 2, increase. And usually if you end up with an increase or you have done the right stitch, but also it's good to count after each round if you are unsure. Can we show 1, 2, increase? So I think amigurumi patterns are like easy to learn how to read because they are usually like made in rounds, and it's not too much with the pattern, and here is the last one, 1 increase. So like this, and then if I want to pull it up and read and count, I just do like this so it doesn't unravel. So now this is how this will continue. 3 single crochets, so 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches and 1 increase in the next. Repeat 6 times until you have 30, and then we have 4 single crochets, single crochet increase in the next, repeat 6 times until you end up with 36 single crochets. So that's pretty easy, and as a beginner it's good to practice like on a head or something where it's not so many shaping involved, but shaping also, it's not so hard. So here we have rounds 7 to 13, 1 SC in each ST for 7 rounds. So that means 1 single crochet in each stitch for 7 rounds. I like to put out, you should do how many rounds you should do. Some patterns also have just 7 to 13, 1 single crochet in each stitch, or they can also write 36 single crochet. That also means 36 single crochets, so also means 1 single crochet in each stitch. So here is pretty like basic and explains itself. So let's imagine that I have 36 single crochets here. So when I get to these rounds where I just do 1 single crochet in each stitch, I would just continue here like 1 single crochet in each stitch for blah 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 this and this many rounds, like so. So this is the easy part that you can start with. What I would recommend for beginners are like this little whale, because he's just a little round ball. I'm just gonna do a round or 2 here. So also, if you're reading a pattern and you don't know, okay, what is DC double crochet, how do I do that, and it's not written in the pattern how to do the double crochet, I just go to find another video where they show how to do that stitch, because sometimes the patterns doesn't explain all the stitches. And here, so now I have 1 round, and then on my patterns, when it says I have 1 single crochet in each stitch for 7 rounds, I just move up the stitch marker and continue like so. Continue with the next round. Also, a good idea is to read through the whole pattern before you make it. So if there's something you don't understand, you can ask the designer, or maybe ask in a crochet group or Instagram or something. The great thing about like crocheting after a blog or something is that we usually are there to answer the questions. So if you're making from a book, it can be a little harder to find the author of the book. You know, it could be some are easy to, but it's not so easy to ask a question to a book. Okay, so now let's say I just made 7 rounds here, and we are here round 14, 4 SC and single crochet decrease, because here we ended up with 36 single crochets. You have to do 4 single crochets and 1 decrease. Repeat 6 times. But since I have done only 24, I'm going to do 2 single crochets and 1 decrease in the next. I'm going to repeat this 6 times. But if you had done until 36 single crochets, you do 4 single crochet and 1 decrease in the next. Repeat 6 times. Next round would be 3 single crochets, 1 decrease, repeat 6 times. You have 24. And here 2 single crochet, 1 decrease, repeat 6 times, 18 single crochets. So this pattern, this one, you make the head first, and the head is a little open here. So I haven't closed the head. But this is how you do your single crochets, however many you need. I do 2 because I have 24. So 1 and 2, and then 1 decrease. So you can do like the invisible decrease. I go through the both two loops on the next two stitches. Like you have the front loop and the back loop. In pattern abbreviation, that means FLO, front loop only, or BLO, it's back loop only. I just go here, and then you grab the yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through two loops. So 1 and 2 and 1 decrease. And you repeat this all the way around. So 1, 2, and 1 decrease. 1 and 2 and 1 decrease. So this is why this pattern is good, because you only increase until 24 single crochets, and you do your rounds and then you do the decreases. Also, I have filmed the entire whale, 1 and 2 and 1 decrease. So you can follow along the written pattern on the blog, and you can do the... Now I have made a mistake here because I have too many stitches left. This is how it is when I talk. So 1 and 2 and decrease. 1 and 2 and 1 decrease. 1 and 2 and 1 decrease. So now everything is right. I have 4 stitches left, 1 and 2 and 1 decrease. That's also the same rule that applies when you're doing decreases. And you have here a decrease at the end. You should always end up with a decrease. Okay, so I think this part is very clear. Then you have the beak. You have 4 single crochets in a magic ring. Here, like I talked about earlier, increase in every stitch 4 times. And then here 1 single crochet and increase in the next, repeat 4 times. Oh, I forgot an X here. See, little mistakes. And then 1 single crochet in each stitch for 1 round. So this is like the beak, on how to make the beak. The cheeks are very basic, just 1 single crochet in each stitch. And then you have the body. That's the most advanced part on this pattern, but it's really good challenge to practice. So you start with your 6 single crochets, you increase in the next, in all the stitches, and then here you do the 1 single crochet increase 6 times, 18, and then with 2 single crochets increase, 3 single crochet increase, and so on and so on. And here we have until 48 single crochets. So far so good, so far easy. And now you have 1 single crochet in each stitch for 6 rounds. And here, like this could be the complicated part, but it's really not complicated either. So here, you go here, 1 single crochet in each stitch, here are those 6 rounds, and here we are decreasing on one side to get like, so it goes down. So it's 2 single crochets, single crochet decrease, and I repeat this 6 times. And then I have 1 single crochet in the next 24 stitches. So here I'm also decreasing 6 times, but we are decreasing in on only the first part to create that shape here. And the next is 1 single crochet in the next stitch, single crochet decrease, repeat 6 times, and 1 single crochet in the next 24 stitches, and that's 36. You should end up with 36 stitches. So here it is again, 1 single crochet in each stitch for 2 rounds, and then we have 4 single crochet decrease 6 times, and then 1 single crochet in each stitch for 3 rounds, and then add stuffing. And then here it's easy, 3 single crochet decrease 6 times, 24 stitches. And here we have 2 brackets here. That means repeat this 4 times and this 4 times. So you have 2 single crochet increase 4 times. And here we have 1 single crochet decrease, repeat 4 times. and you should end up with 24 single crochets. So I'm going to demonstrate that. I really hope this is easy to understand. It's not hard, so easy to know how to explain this. Okay, so I have the same stitch count. So let's imagine I have this now. Huh? So I'm gonna do 2 single crochets. So here, 1 and 2, and then increase. So I have done this 1 time, and I'm gonna repeat 3 more times. So 1 single crochet in the next 2, so 2 single crochets, and increase. This is 2 times, 2 single crochets, and increase in the next. So here I can see, 1 and 2, and here is the increase. So here, 1 and 2, and increase. Okay, now we should have 16 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, because 16, it doesn't say so here, but you can easily multiply here. And now we have 1 single crochet, decrease 4 times. Okay, so we have 1 single crochet in the next, and here we do our decrease. So 1 time, and here next 1 single crochet, decrease, 2 times, 1 single crochet, decrease, and 1 single crochet, decrease, and we have 4 times. And now to make sure that the stitches are right, we can count the stitches here. We should have 24. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we have 24 stitches here. So you see, it's not so complicated. Just repeat everything in the brackets, and you're good to go. So here next, 1 single crochet, increase 6 times, and then 1 single crochet, decrease 4 times, and you should end up with 26 single crochets. And here we have 19 single crochets, so 1 single crochet in the next 19 stitches, and then you start single crochet, decrease 2 times, so 2 decreases after in a row, and then you have 3 single crochets left, so do 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. That's 24 stitches. See, 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, repeat 6 times until you get 18 single crochets. So I'm just gonna do a little that here quick. So now I have 24 single crochets on my example here. So I just do 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, and then I do 1 decrease right here, and then repeat 1 and 2 and 1 decrease. So 1 and 2 and 1 decrease, and then we repeat this all the way around until we have 18 single crochets. And now we continue with 1 single crochet in the next and 1 decrease in the next, 1 single crochet in the next and 1 decrease in the next, and you do this until you have 12 single crochets. And for the last round, you just decrease in every stitch, and you should remember to also stuff the animal. But this is like the basics part on how to read a crochet pattern. But I would recommend to start with, if you've never done this before, to start with something small like this little whale here. They are both patterns that you can do as an advanced beginner. I also think this duck would be great for advanced beginners as well. you don't need to have too much experience to finish the duck. That's it for me. I hope that you like this tutorial, and I really want to give you some feedback if something wasn't clear, and I will try to make another video and to address those issues. And please subscribe and leave a like and comment below so more people can see this video. I wish you a nice day. Goodbye!